Did you see this article, Mastercard's virtual C-suite? They released an AI CFO for small to medium businesses. I have some thoughts here. I'll just read the thoughts that I wrote down, and then we can go from there. And then I'll click into the blog post or the announcement here and read off the headlines. Essentially, what this is Mastercard is releasing an AI agent trained on finances. I'll actually go through the headlines first, and then I'll talk about my thoughts. But the first headline, Mastercard is bringing executive level intelligence to small businesses through its agentic virtual C-suite application. So right now they have like a CFO model, but they plan on taking this into other parts of the C-suite. The virtual C-suite leverages Mastercard's proprietary insights from billions of transactions. So they're using all of our transaction data. Like, you literally just have a Visa or a Mastercard. And so they're using all of that data to train the model.
Lovely.
The system is engineered to generate reliable, personalized recommendations on payments, collections, and working capital management strategies. The next section here, scaling expertise for the SME sector. SMEs, I wonder if that's meaning like small, medium enterprise, represent nearly 90% of business and employ more than half of the global workforce, forming what Mastercard calls the backbone of the global economy. So they're trying to play into like, small business is great for the economy, so we're going to help them out. The C-suite, the virtual C-suite aims to simplify operations while SMEs manage rising costs. So instead of having to hire a CFO, they think that their models are going to replace it. And then this last section I'll read, integration in the virtual CFO. Powered by agentic AI, the virtual C-suite integrates directly with the accounting systems, business software, and accounting applications that this small to mid enterprises already rely on. So they're going to tie into your QuickBooks and your spreadsheets if you're even smaller. The first module, the virtual CFO, is scheduled for release this year in 2026 through financial institutions, accounting platforms, and software providers. You're probably going to be able to log into your bank. Like, you're going to give this agent your bank access. It delivers user-friendly dashboards and conversational interfaces, enabling business owners to ask AI agents questions about cash flow fluctuations or underlying business. Go ahead.
If it's a CFO, that's going to have total access to all of your numbers and payments banks.
I mean, you have a finance degree. What would you say even the role of a CFO is, and is that a tangible task for an AI agent?
Yeah, that's the scary part. Is I feel like the CFO is like it's like where all the responsibility stops for the finances of a company. So if there's any fraud or anything, like, it falls onto the CFO. They're legally required to like guarantee the numbers they're reporting are correct.
Right.
So
like, that's to the IRS and
the SEC. Well, I mean, if they're public, I guess these are smaller businesses, but to the IRS. Yeah, that's true. I wonder if it would be different for a public company as opposed to a privately owned, but that still feels like a lot of responsibility to give an AI agent.
Yeah. I think it's going to more replace the accountants who are Excel pros and QuickBooks pros, because then, you can have a CFO essentially chat to a bot and then create a report, and it'll do that. So it's going to replace some people whose value is only Excel superhero, I think.
Yeah, I feel like they're marketing it as the C-level role. Yeah. Do you think it's more just a tool like that? Yeah, like the head of accounting or whatever would use. Like, it doesn't feel like a replacement yet. It feels like something they can use to be more efficient, maybe.
I mean, it's more like a suite of tools for the C-suite. Yeah. And if you're a small business owner, most of the time, the CEO of a small business is also the CFO and like the CMO.
Right.
Like, you aren't hiring C-level people. You're hiring hands-on people to interact with customers and, use their hands to do the work.
Yeah.
But I think it'll make finding things a little easier for the small business owners.
Yeah, it is an interesting idea because you are a sole proprietor. You own your business. You don't have a C-suite. So I'm interested if I kind of want to build you a suite of C-level agents that talk to each other. So you can just throw in like an idea and let the COO talk to the CFO, like let them all go back and forth and then come back with an idea. I'd be curious to see like what that ends up.
Like special like roles in CloudBot. So you have CloudBot set up, and then you have separate agents or roles within CloudBot, right? So You can come up with cool names. So you can just call them like CFO or COO or whatever, and then ask them, hey, build a P&L for last month or something like that. And they'll probably be able to do that.
Yeah, exactly. Or if each agent specializes in their different section of the business, let them tell them argue with each other until you guys decide on something.
Yeah, it's like I need to buy this license for this software, and you'd be talking to like your COO agent or your CMO, your marketing agent, and be like, hey, I need to automate this thing. I need to buy this software. Can I afford it? And you talk to the CFO, and you guys decide what needs to go. And then at the end of the day, the CEO makes the decision on if we don't have the money, what do we cut, or what revenue do we need to bring in to justify that cost to that new software?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. It'd be interesting to get because I feel like if you said that to your agent, if you just had one agent, you're like, should I buy the software? It'll probably just be like, yeah, that would be a good idea. But if you have another one that you told, we can't spend it however much money,
Yeah.
it kind of hold the other agents accountable. I could see this product from Mastercard going that route.
Yeah. But it's literally just like part of the prompt engineering, 101 is first step is like you are a CFO of, and then you explain your business, or you are the CMO of this business. And so this is like kind of taking care of that for the people who don't want to worry about prompt engineering and just want to they could go build all that out like a custom GPT or use
So is
Mastercard's.
it's not a new model. They trained an existing model on supplementary data.
I imagine they're not, I haven't found the tech behind it yet, but I'm imagining that they just forked an existing model and then fine-tuned it based on all the data they have, where they integrated some MCPs so that it can reach into data. I mean, having an LLM, a secure LLM attached to your bank account, is kind of nice. Like Mastercard, hopefully with Mastercard's infrastructure, you can trust since they already have all your financial data. It's safe to give them more.
Yeah.
That's up to you. I mean, what I already do is I pull in my bank statements into Cursor, and I have a whole folder that's like my finances. And so I have Cursor. How did I do last month? And it says, oh, most of your money was spent here. Your income came from this. And I can ask it things, but it doesn't have, it's a coding agent. And so I'm hoping that Mastercard actually brings some good infrastructure here so we can trust it to just automatically pull in my bank info and my my QuickBooks or whatever you're using. But it's not going to replace a CFO at any level. It's just going to help make decisions. It's not going to tell me, oh, you should hold your money in this account or something like that. I guess unless you ask it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure some people will use it to replace. I'm very curious to see how that pans out over the long term.
Yeah. I think it's an interesting play than going into more consumer tech. Because they're definitely a tech company, but all their tech is internal, right? It's all used by them. And so consumer or business level tech is interesting for sure for them to get into this space.
Yeah, it's also interesting because it feels like, software dev jobs, tech jobs in general are kind of on the decline as AI grows. But if say a roofing company wants to implement this, the owner's probably not going to be the one to sit down and configure this. So there's still going to be a need for technical people to kind of set this up and make sure it is working, maintain it. I mean, I get, unless that's what Mastercard is saying they're going to be providing, but.
Yeah, I think that's part of the value is you don't have to have an IT department to build this out. You can just buy their software and it's easy enough for a CEO or an employee to go set up. If you don't have a CFO and you're doing maybe if you're in the 10 to 100 million a year, you probably have a controller, somebody who's looking at your books every day and is writing the checks and stuff. Probably be a useful tool for them, and they could probably go implement something like this.
I do want to point out that Mastercard did not fire their CFO and implement this.
Yeah.
They still have a human CFO.
I think that's the ironic thing is, well, they're not in their market. They're going for the, the Main Street business or something like that. Let me rant or I wrote down a little couple paragraphs here. I'll read because I have some thoughts on what this means for employment in general that I think would benefit people. So businesses that solve problems that they have context in have the most leverage. Let me pull this up to this other screen. This article mentions they plan to build out a whole C-suite of agents, but I'm predicting that it'll actually backfire. They have a wide array of distribution, but they don't have the context or authority to create a virtual CMO or a salesperson. So that's something I wanted to talk about as well, is like they have context in the finance space and technically marketing because they have to market, but they aren't a marketing company. So like I have a hard time believing they're going to get into the, a chief revenue officer or a chief marketing officer. And I said, also, this isn't going to actually replace a real CFO. The service is going to do two things: give super small businesses that don't even know what a CFO is the ability to make better decisions. And it's going to allow accountants and mid-sized businesses the ability to automate some Excel power users out of the job. If your only value is that you know a tool like QuickBooks or Excel really well, you're out of the job in the next 5 years. I don't know if you agree with that, but that's what I think. And if you're someone that can be trusted to make decisions and build products that either make a business money or save a business money, you'll be headhunted by the businesses that let go of their busybody workers. That's kind of my thoughts just in work in general. And this kind of sparked that.
Yeah, no, I think I agree with that. If your specialty is, one tool or even a few tools, yeah, that's not going to be as valuable going forward.
Yeah. You need to understand like the problems you're actually solving with those tools. Like the Excel power user is pointless. Like the really good coder, the really good salesperson, like if you're just really good at making calls or you're really, really good at stuff that can be automated, it's like I always say the ditch digger. Like if you're just really good at using a shovel, someone with an excavator or a backhoe is going to replace you. And so
yeah, exactly.
It's the same thing here. If you're really good at Excel, you better understand why you're using Excel.
Yeah, I think we're also going to see a rise of employers looking for soft skills, because you can no longer be like that deep subject matter expert, but be rude to everyone around you and get away with that, because they're not going to have a need for that, deep expert knowledge of one thing going forward. So
yeah,
be nice to people.
Yeah, be nice to people. All right, cool. Well, thank you so much for listening to this. Click like, whatever, subscribe. Share this with your friends. We do this every day. So we'll see you guys tomorrow with more news.
See ya.